Indian authorities are on high alert in New Delhi as more than 24 small demonstrations have developed across the capital. The protesters are denouncing the violence in Haryana's Noor district, where the death toll from religious riots has risen to 6. The demonstrations were planned by members of the socio-religious organization Vishwa Hindu Parishad and its youth wing Bajrang Dal. The Supreme Court has directed authorities to ensure no hate speech or violence takes place during the protest. Delhi police have deployed heavy security around the protests. Tensions still remain high in Haryana state. Several shops were set on fire overnight in Gurugram, and that's despite the curfew. Authorities have also continued to suspend mobile internet services in parts of Haryana in a bid to curb public tension and stop the spread of misinformation. Haryana's state minister says more than 100 people have also been arrested. Well, Ishan Garg joins us live now from New Delhi to tell us more. Ishan, protests have sprung up across Delhi, basically denouncing the violence in Haryana. What more can you tell us in terms of what's driving their anger?
Well, mainly these two groups, the Vishwa Hindu Parishad and the Bajrang Dal, these two groups had organized the religious procession in the district of Noor when the communal clashes at first occurred. And now these groups are blaming the violence on the local population of the district of Noor. They say that it was essentially a terrorist attack on the faith of the people who had participated in the rally. And that's why they were holding demonstrations across the state of Delhi and also around in some smaller cities of Delhi, essentially asking the government to make the arrests more quickly. Now, a lot of people have already been arrested. 80 people so far have been detained and more. Police complaints have been filed in this regard. But a lot of the anger that's driving these protests is coming from the fact that it was actually a religious procession that was attacked in the month of Sawan, which is a holy month for the millions, hundreds of millions of Hindus who practice the religion across the country. We saw in Delhi today lots of these demonstrations take place, and there were certain concerns that there might be sporadic skirmishes, but the Delhi police said that they've already taken that into account, and which is why there was heavy security deployment across the national capital.
Also, Ishan, tensions are still high in Haryana from the violence. Just how worried should we be about this situation on the ground?
Well, the district officials in the district of Noor and also in district of Gurugram have said that they haven't seen any major acts of violence in the past 24 hours. There have been some reports of sporadic acts of arson, especially in Gurugram, but none of that has happened in Noor. So authorities are now hopeful that the situation is going to calm down more gradually. Apart from that, the state officials have asked for more security presence. Nearly 1,000 more security personnel are being deployed in the state of Haryana. 100 police personnel are going to be stationed only in the district of Noor, who are not only going to make sure that the security situation there remains normal, but are also going to prevent any events of cow slaughter, which could again inflame religious tensions. Officials are saying that the schools and colleges, they are going to start functioning as normal once again, and they are hopeful that as more arrests are made, as the police continue to crack down on some of the perpetrators, these tensions will die down soon.
Good to know. Thanks very much, Ishan Garg, speaking to us live from New Delhi.